internally. And okay, going live right now. So here we are. We are just running live. It's a pleasure to be here. Gianluca Massi speaking on the behalf of the Virtual Telescope Project, and I'm very pleased to be here together with a very good friend of mine, a very experienced observer of the night sky, Berto Monard, right now sharing with us in real time while we are truly approaching the climax of this DART impact on asteroid Didymos, sharing images from his observatory in South Africa, Klein Karoo Observatory. So, Berto, first of all, I want to thank you for making your telescope available while we are running these images. So, thank you very much, Berto. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm pleased to see that the stars are appearing on the screen. I can still see there is cloudiness, so it is not fully open yet, but I hope really it will open. Look, this image shows again that the asteroid and all the other stars are not so bright. So it is from one image to the next. It is hoping that let's hope that it gets better.
Yes, while thanking Berto for making available for opening his observatory for everyone connected, I want to just remind our friends that we have to wait for a while, hoping that the sky cleared in South Africa just above Berto telescopes. And right now we have a little hole in the right direction, even if the sky is not perfect. And as Berto was just telling us, from time to time, you can have better images, worse images, depending on how clear the sky is that direction. But we can really spot the dotted light of Didymos just close to the arrow of Berto mouse, that is the asteroid. And what we are really hoping to see in about 4 minutes, any evidence of a brightness increase due to the DART impact. And I want to thank Berto once again, because while waiting to hopefully open this live feed, we've been just checking, and he has been taking care, looking up just to decide what to do, because opening a telescope under a very cloudy sky after heavy rain earlier in the evening, it is not easy. But finally Berto decided to go, and I cannot tell you how excited and happy I am to be here with Berto, bringing to you live images of Didymos while the DART NASA mission is just going to reach its climax, going to impact in a couple of minutes against the moonlet Dimorphos, the moonlet of the asteroid Didymos. And I just want to tell a couple of things just to keep in mind what we are going to hopefully see. The NASA DART mission was launched last November, and it is now going to hit the little moon of the potentially hazardous asteroid Didymos. That moon is named Dimorphos. The idea here is to hopefully change the orbit of this moon around the primary object in a measurable way, just to experiment such a kinetic impactor, a technique which one day, hopefully, we hope not in the near future, but sometime in the future, perhaps we will need to change the trajectory on asteroid just en route of collision with the Earth. And what is happening now is that the DART probe is going to impact on Dimorphos, the little moon of the potentially hazardous asteroid Didymos. Keep in mind that the Dimorphos size is about 160 meters in diameter, and the distance between Dimorphos and the primary object, Didymos, which is 780 meters in diameter, is about 1.2 kilometers.
It's about to happen.
Yes, right now we should have had the nominal impact, that is the impact of the probe just on the Dimorphos satellite, and we are going to see if something will show, and we really don't know what will happen. first of all, keep this in mind. This object is about 11 millions of kilometers far away. So whatever has happened at the impact, it will take times, that is 40 seconds, to reach us, because of course it will take time to the light, hopefully the brightening, just to reach us here on planet Earth, just covering the distance between us and the asteroid. And there are perhaps it is increasing the brightness. I don't know if it is just the motion.
Yeah, everything has increased brightness, but it might. We have to. That's why we do the processing differentially. We compare the magnitude from this one to that one and to this one. These are my two reference stars that I would use, and by comparing the differentials before and after, even under the worst skies, you can definitely see a brightening, or not.
I think it is increasing. I don't know. I
have the impression as well. Yes, it is. It is increasing brightness.
I think that
look at this one was brighter. Definitely, it's still
amazing. Look, Berto.
That is good. You and World War, and in fact, the chance that the sky opened up right now is it's amazing that this happened. Really, it's really want to be like that.
Friends, look at Didymos right now, and how bright it is now getting. Now that we are really having the light coming from the asteroid after the impact, how bright the asteroid is. I cannot tell you how much excited I am to stay here, to sit here in Rome. And thanks to Berto's kindness, we are enjoying this very unique event. Asteroid Dimorphos, the moonlet of asteroid Didymos, just was, it's hard to comment because look how bright it is now.
These are 12,7 and 12,8 magnitude, and this one was about 13,8, 14 magnitude. So it's brighter now. It has increased 1.5 magnitude already.
It's amazing, my friends.
And it's even look now. It's even more now. Wow.
Wow.
This is just amazing. Wow.
I must admit, I must admit, Berto, that this is exceeding my expectation a lot. I could only hope to see something, Berto. Wow.
Look, it is still not stopping. This is quite a bright star, 11 magnitude and a bit, and it's nearly nearing the same magnitude.
Yes, it's amazing. And just to give an idea to our friends, the object is now about 3 magnitudes brighter than earlier. This is quite a lot. It is tens of times more. So just because of the impact, keep in mind what happened here. You know, an extraneous object, the DART probe, was launched against the asteroid, and at the impact, of course, a plume of debris, of course, was released by by Dimorphos, and of course, this cloud of dust is now reflecting much more light back from the sun. Than the original amount of light we were receiving before. So, in other words, there is such an additional amount because this huge cloud of debris is now acting, let me say this, like I would say a mirror, just sending back more light than earlier from the sun. The sun is, of course, just sending its light to the asteroid, and now we are seeing the system, Dimorphos and Didymos, much brighter because there is a new component, that is the cloud of debris released by the moon, by Dimorphos soon after the impact. I'm amazed to see how bright it is right now with the satellite trail as well, and look how bright it is. It is now the brightest object in the field, Berto.
By far. This is just, I don't know what to say. It really is more than I was expecting. Because the little moon is much smaller than the asteroid itself. So
yes,
its light has so much more than 100 times at least. So this is very interesting. And we don't know where it ends.
I'm amazed to see how it is still increasing, because very likely what is happening there is this. Soon after the impact, an amount of dust was released like a plume, and now this cloud is expanding. And while expanding, of course, we should take into account even the size of the grains of this dust. Okay, but in principle, this cloud is expanding, and it is like, I mean, a larger screen sending back light from the sun. This is why we are seeing this. This is, I must say, much more than I could expect. And I don't know if it is just an impression, but I see even the shape is a bit different, Berto. Right?
There's definitely a nebulosity around it now. So
It is like cometary, I mean.
particles that reflect the sunlight are moving away from the asteroid, and that's why you have a bigger halo of light. And
Look.
Unfortunately, the image quality is less because of clouding coming in, but you can see a distinction between the asteroid and this type. So it looks very much that the impact was such that material is moving out to the eastern direction.
It's amazing.
And I
it's
hope
amazing.
the weather holds out for a few minutes still, because I see the quality is diminishing. But really, it looks very much that it's separated. This one is still about the same brightness as before, but the extra brightness here is moving away in the hollow there.
Yes, I understand. I want to underline this too, because we, the human mankind, never saw something like that. Because, to my own knowledge, the only previous time we organized an impact between a natural object and a probe, it was in 2005, when the probe Deep Impact just impacted, had an impact with the comet Tempel 9, and at the time I could record such a brightness increase. But I must say that it is by far much more dramatic. Look now, for example.
Wow.
It's really something completely new, because this has never happened earlier, my friends. This is why I really want to thank again Berto for immediately just joining this opportunity and making everyone here able to sit and have this experience. Because, as I said, we are virtually using the telescopes Berto has at his own observatory. And I cannot tell you thank you enough, Berto, for bringing this to the world. Thank you so much.
It's definitely worthwhile, Gianluca, to do that. I didn't expect this dramatic scenery here. And so fortunate that there's our clouds coming in, and I hope they move out again. I'm afraid... but we will keep on observing, and maybe we'll see the real image back. The fact is that the cloud of debris is now completely filtered away with the clouds coming in front of it.
Yes, it's amazing, because it is like if clouds now are just, reducing the additional, the contribution of the cloud, of the dusty clouds around the object. Look. But I cannot tell you. It's very hard to comment when you are so incredibly excited to see something so unique, my friends. I just hoped to record something and to bring this to the world with the important help of Berto. But let me say this: I am the very first to be the most impressed by this experience. I could not guess to see something that dramatic, Berto. Really.
I think it's great.
Wow.
I just hope all the clouds move away again, that we can see something again, because this nebula is probably the debris nebula is moving away from the source, from the asteroids.
How beautiful, really. I cannot tell you again, thank you enough to Berto, because, the weather was against us, but it was Berto just suggesting me to wait until the very last minute. so that at least we could exploit every opportunity to have a look. And Berto's decision turned out to be a winning one because just seconds before we started, Berto was outside checking and rechecking, and finally he decided to open the observatory, start taking images, just moving the telescope to prepare the instrument no matter the clouds. Finally, he asked the telescope to point the right field of view, and friends, the rest is history now. Thanks to this, yeah, look now, look now. We can see the debris.
whole circle around here, yeah. Wow.
How
It's
beautiful.
like a planetary nebula. It also moves, the layers move outside, but this is, of course, on a small scale and happens much faster.
It's amazing. It's amazing. This is very important under many respects. First of all, after DART impact, of course, there is also a small satellite, the Lysiakub satellite, an Italian one, just very close to the impact region because it traveled with DART, and now it is taking care to take images to better document because of its proximity. Look, it's amazing. It's amazing.
This is amazing. This is above expectations.
Yes, I completely agree. I completely agree. What we are seeing now is by far more than I could hopefully expect. If something asked me what I really wanted to see, I could not imagine to see something so dramatic. Really, it's a pleasure to share this with you, Berto, and with the hundred of people all around the globe, just looking virtually together with us via the Virtual Telescope Project, thanks to the collaboration with the Klein Karoo Observatory, owned by Berto in South Africa. Look how wonderful is this. How wonderful. I'm never tired to underline how wonderful this is. Oh. I cannot believe this. How huge is this? Oh my God. How beautiful. How beautiful. Simply beautiful.
We are now about 12 minutes past the impact, so it is clearly showing a lot, and it's going. I like to observe as long as it can be, as long as the sky is open, so we can see how it really evolves. I think this new nebula there formed will kind of diffuse, getting diffuse and dissipate and maybe disappear then. But for the time being, we can enjoy seeing it there because it's still quite dense enough, the material that has been impacted away.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And of course, it will be also very interesting to see how it will develop. I do expect that its brightness will decrease as while the cloud will expand, of course. And we were lucky to spot this effect immediately after the impact. And while we were talking, Berto, we could see the asteroid just like a flower just blooming in brightness while we were looking at the images. And of course, now clouds are just having a huge, strong interference. But I'm impressed, really. What a gift, my friends. Thank you very much, Berto. Wow. I must say that last year in November, when DART was launched, since then I was just wondering. I was hoping to bring, at least to spot myself, but hopefully to bring. Oh my God! Look here now! Wow, wow! It's like a movie. It's developing. It's just playing. So beautiful. And Berto, look how now with the cloud debris expanding, how, of course, the global luminosity, the perception of luminosity is, of course, decreasing.
Yes, that's right.
How
But
beautiful.
I hope we have enough images of good quality that we can see the sequence. So we can
I
hold on to
yes,
those images later and have a good idea what happened in time.
yes, yes.
So these images are not helpful.
Yes, I think that at least if my memory is not wrong, that I think that we should have enough images to say this happened at time zero, this happened at time zero plus 5 minutes, and so on. And no matter this, I still feel very lucky because, as you told me, Berto, 3 hours ago it was raining there in your location, and from that to the opportunity to see something so unique in real time, thanks to your telescope and your kindness, it's priceless to me. I I'm talking as a I mean as a scientist, but mainly as a curious guy, and this is mind blowing, really.
It's spectacular. That's what it definitely was.
Yes, and now I want to share with our friends Berto that when we started talking about this the possibility to observe and share, we were not sure, of course, about the outcome because, as we said several times, this is the first time, and why you can model, why you can guess, you can use science and physics to predict. The best to do is just to sit and wait and have a look. Oh, here we go. Wow, wow,
But
wow.
this is probably a pixel effect.
Yes, yes. But friends, keep in mind what is happening here. There is a telescope in South Africa, just in the Berto's backyard, looking up and taking images in real time of asteroid Dimorphos and its little satellite the asteroid Didymos and the little moon Dimorphos. Basically, since the impact, and we could document and track this impressive evolution, which is exceeding by far our expectations, at least my personal ones. While I was hoping to see something otherwise, honestly, I did not plan such a live feed. I must admit now that what I saw with Berto and the other friends from all around the planet exceeded my best expectations. Really, Berto. Wow. I I want to thank you again, Berto. I apologize if I repeat, but without your kindness and without your availability, nothing was visible and accessible for me and for hundreds of people from all around the planet. And I want to underline this because this is a bright example of cooperation between scientists and amateur astronomers all around the globe. And I want to say that Berto is a very important figure in the astronomical panorama. And I know that Berto prefers to work instead of speaking, but I want to tell that Berto has a very long career in monitoring very important variable stars, like cataclysmic variable stars. It also was the very first amateur astronomer in the world to be the first to detect the afterglow of a gamma ray burst soon after a satellite alert, being faster and better than many professional observatories around the globe. And he has also discovered a number of supernovae in the southern sky. So I'm particularly pleased to share this historic event with a friend because I've been reading about Berto and his work over the last 25 years now, and also because of his expertise. And I'm so happy to share this to the world thanks to Berto's kindness and availability. Really a lot.
The pleasure is mine, Gianluca. Knowing and seeing what has happened on the screen, this is really sensational. And I'm very pleased that you contacted me for this and that we could both have a look at this and show it to other people. The fact is now that the clouds have seemingly taken over and I will have to have a look outside if it is not, excuse,
Yes.
dangerous for possible rain. But I would rather tend to keep it going for a while, because there will be open pieces of sky again, so that we will have some more images.
Yes, I was thinking to keep this live feed for a few more minutes, just to also to give to Berto the opportunity to carefully check the weather, and in case, depending on the weather he will see, to hopefully track even more this event. Because I want to say this: while we share this live with you, friends, Berto images will be available for further analysis later on. This is the magic of digital imaging, because not only we saw what happened together live, but of course those images could be studied later on carefully after proper image processing and data reduction, and this would help, I'm pretty sure, even understanding what happened there, because I know there are several colleagues of mine around the globe which will be very happy to know about the analysis based on the images that Berto collected through his telescope. So I would like to thank all of you friends who joined this live feed, and I hope that after waiting for 30 extra minutes because of the clouds, what we saw starting a few minutes before the impact, and just even after that, was very rewarding for you, because as I said, we really saw something unique, something never seen before, and this happened in real time in front of us, thanks to the telescope that Berto Monard kindly made available from his Klein Karoo Observatory in South Africa. So friends, I want to thank all of you for joining. I'm just going to close the live feed, but I will stay a few minutes more privately with Berto. And Berto, if you want to just to say goodbye to everyone, because I'm sure that everyone is very grateful to you for your kindness and your really kind availability.
Yes, I thank you very much for following this, and I hope it was worthwhile for you for staying up so late, or maybe not so late, depending where you're looking from. It was really a pleasure for me to help Gianluca to explore what was happening here, and I, like you have seen, it was certainly worthwhile, despite the bad weather that we are having, and at least we got to see something.
Keep looking up. It was a pleasure to host this event, having such a precious guest like Berto Monard from Klein Karoo Observatory. Keep, of course, an eye on the Virtual Telescope project, because more is coming. Thank you very much to everyone, and good night, and thanks for joining this truly historic event.